Today is my birthday, my welcome to Earth Day. Happy birthday to me. I don't worry about my age, 'cause it's just another page. Happy birthday to me. Oh, happy birthday, Alyssa. Happy birthday to me. And Ratty Paws. We have a new member of the family. I did some prep this time. I didn't stay up all night playing other M like last week. Welcome in. You are tuned into twitch.tv/bedsores. Coming to you live from my sick couch in the Chronic Illness Autonomous Zone. I'm your host Alyssa here with my co-host and transcriptionist Earl. Let's get some rest today. We're going to play a game from 2004 called Tetris Kiwamemichi. This is my first time streaming with a fight stick that I only learned how to use yesterday. I want to notice a couple of things that we take for granted. Of course, this is part of our series Arcade Apocalypse Ochimonogatari, where we're going to be playing, at this moment, 115 different arcade games released between 2004 and 1987. We should immediately, because we're trying... I wasn't ready to play. So we're looking at one of the earliest Guideline games. Hey gamers, there's so much that goes into whether or not a game is Guideline, how many next pieces, what size of the playfield, not just the original 10x20, but also if there are phantom spaces above, whether hold is allowed, whether hold is IHS or not, whether hard drop is allowed, whether it's actually sonic drop, wall kick, lock delay, ghost, piece, randomizer, rotation, whether it has the quality of infinity, combo rewarding, T-spin double rewarding, T-spin triple rewarding, whether or not the SCI rotations have a third and fourth state, how the DAS, ARR, ARE, line clear delays work, whether or not there's a little bit of a pre-gravity lag, the colors also. There's so much that goes into it. Put this chart together to give you a sense of the most common notable design elements: hold, hard drop, wall kick, lock delay, and ghost, next to their rotation system over a incomplete yet robust series of games. I got all this information from Tetris Wiki and a bit of my own research. In any case, I just wanted to give you a quick sense of what I mean when I say Guideline and how it actually comes together to form a multitude of factors, most of which are beyond the scope of this video. Penis balls, which is pretty cool. This is the first Tetris game that we're going to be playing of our series. That's just Tetris. And like many modern Tetris games, it tries to have different modes that aren't just, you know, playing Tetris. So we have Tetris, chain colors, target, level start, line break. Let's start with line break. Because if we just play Marathon Tetris, we'll be here for a little while. I'm not usually this slow, but
Forbidden Cube.
I am learning how to use a fight stick. So having mercy on me is not just my humble plea, but it's also mandatory. Look at the baby! Look at his little paws!
Happy birthday to the indefatigable List Bedsores.
Daggett, thank you very much for the 200 bits. And hello, Daggett Vivo. Listen, some people don't like Guideline Tetris. Some people don't like SRS. And you know, sure, I dislike things that most people like often enough, so I get it. I think Guideline Tetris is good. I just think it's very well designed. Check out these backgrounds. The bubble effect, the 3D in the background. But I could just imagine going to an arcade and seeing this and just playing this machine every time. I think of Tetris's game design as closed. Okay, I'm prepared for this. I believe this is Aru, which is Earl's name. That's my cat. Yay! The perfection of these 7 pieces arrayed out, I think, does not allow actually iteration on game design in ways that are very effective. So the extra modes that we have on top of Tetris and the Guideline adjustments are all we have. A game like Puyo Puyo essentially revolutionized what a puzzle game could be. The idea of a color-matching gravity stacker totally opened up the world for so many other games. Let's keep trying these different modes and see if they're really different enough to be qualified as iterations of Tetris. We also have this hieroglyphic ancient Egypt thing going on, which you can also see in a game like the new Tetris. Or is it Tetris Worlds? I get those two mixed up all the time. You might say, Alyssa, this seems like a normal Tetris game. Watch this. So because I cleared a line with a green piece, all green pieces fall down. Listening to the radio first thing this morning, and they had Gordon Raphael, the producer of the first two Strokes albums, talking about his upcoming memoir. It was so interesting hearing about the pre-Strokes period of popular music. His perception was that it was dominated by jungle and drum and bass. And you could really hear that in the games of the time, like this, wondering whether there was a kind of feedback loop there. If the Strokes took drum and bass from us, then I can never forgive them. Drum and bass? In this economy? What about bass and drum? I keep asking a simple question. Middle of the night, bass and drum? Who are you gonna call when you defund the breakbeats?
Not gonna end well.
This game has versus and co-op modes, which is super cute. So this is like... this is like Cheese Race. Everybody got their cheese heads on. For those not aware, Cheese Race is one of the most effective ways to up your Tetris game. If you're getting into multiplayer Tetris, and you're like, I want to get better, but I don't know how, play Cheese Race. Easy. What kind of twist do I have? Yeah! SRS, still undefeated. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Trashboat from Puzzle Wednesday, also co-host, who was like, yay! I just made up a guy in my head who's like a terrible roommate. He like pees in the kitchen sink, kind of bad. Whose thing that he says is, quote, my job after the revolution would be to run a shelter to rehabilitate police dogs, unquote. But, you know, he's good with animals. Is he really tall? Yeah. That's bad. I'm not going to tell you whether or not to pee in your own gosh darn sink bathroom. Bathroom sink. That's the order of the words that are supposed to be. Don't piss in the kitchen sink. Come on. I just looked down at my chat and I saw the message, piss your pants, with a joking tone indicator. And then piss your pants with a serious tone indicator. I don't want to play with you anymore. I'm playing Tetris, like... Oh, I didn't mean to actually play normal Tetris. I guess it'd be wrong to play a game like this and not play its marathon mode. This is kind of fun, I guess. You see a level counter going up? On the right, I would put this game as being like a successor to TGM specifically. Although... much more... Guideline. TGM, but not for sickos, right? I gotta itch my nose really bad. My nose really bad. Not a real arcade gamer. Pause the game. Pause the game. Not a real arcade gamer. Does not have a TGM PCB in her house. How much does a TGM PCB run? Not good. The cost, you mean? Or my play? Because, like, I can say it, but... do you really have the right? Alrighty. Let's continue to down... Whoa! You make one mistake and it just... your brain shuts off. Fuck off. Alright, whatever. There's one other mode for us to take a look at. Level Star? Give it a shot. 60,000 yen? No thanks. Okay, so I should be treating this a little bit more like Sprint, and less like Ultra. Apparently using Fightcade, you can play this online with people. If only there was like a forest where all of the hot puzzle and fighting game gamers could meet up together for dueling for the hand of someone beautiful. And it would be the Fightcade. Nobody here has asked me, Liz, do you have any special plans for your birthday? And I'm a little offended. Liz, what's your least favorite game? Why do we need to ask? We're the special plans. Liz, do you have any special plans? Thank you, Sexrex. I'm having a girl over. I haven't told her that it's my birthday. Let's see what happens. They don't reward all clear. Boo! You should play a little sound and tell me that I'm a good girl when I do that. Some final thoughts on Tetris Kiwamemichi. Just a gorgeously designed game. Tetris Kiwamemichi is so well made and so perfect. I find myself saying so wet. Maybe just because I play Tetris too much. I'm glad to see the guideline. The extra modes of Tetris Kiwamemichi were fun and were very much so like... did not feel that they were advancing the overall game design of Tetris. They were just tiny flavor variations, in the same way that, like, Tiny Puyo mode is just like a tiny variation on Puyo. We're going to have to develop the idea of Tetris somehow, and yet Tetris Kiwamemichi did not iterate on the idea of Tetris in a way that expanded my notion of what was possible. It just gave me a nice distraction. The color falling mode was a brilliant idea, and I think I definitely did not get far enough in, like, exploiting the combo potential there. The gravity of Tetris is so great that it's hard for any variant mode to move beyond it. And I keep talking about that like it's a bad thing, like Tetris is not a great place to end up, and yet I still wonder, like, there are all these Tetris games that have been released in a while, and, like, what makes them special? The fact that they were newly released? Is this like, this feels like pumping out the same model of car year after year. Like, oh, this is a 2001 Toyota Corolla. This is a 2005 Toyota Corolla. Great, like, yes, there are improvements or refinements, little tropes that they come up. And it's not just a new paint job, but also, like, what new is being made? Why do I hunger for this new? But if I accept my hunger, what new is being made? The 05 makes Cargurt so much better. This has been twitch.tv/bedsores, coming to you live from my sick couch in the Chronic Illness Autonomous Zone. I've been your host, Alyssa, here with my co-host and transcriptionist, Earl. Take care, and do your best. Yay.